just over 2 minutes to go. Good evening, everybody, whilst you're waiting for the countdown timer to tick all the way down to 0. If you've got a clan chat on Messenger, then make sure you have that link in your clan chats on Messenger. Go in there and drop the link in. Good chance for them to pop in, join us on stream, give some feedback about the game as well. Welcome everybody. 1 minute 50 to go. Norix on, welcome. Andy Boy, good guy on par. Cameron, Dario Gomez, how you doing? MJ, welcome as well. Tom Arthurs, good to see you. Jacob Salters in the chat. Rockwood, how you doing, Rock? Great to see you. Hope you're well. Earl as well. Out of Nowhere Neo, good to see you. Paws and Putts is rooting for the Eagles. Who do you think is going to win? The poll is at the top of that chat, so make sure you get your vote in there as well. Tommy's in the house in the chat, and he's going to be on stream here as well. Plenty of opinions, plenty of stuff to talk about. A couple of previews coming up for the next season as well. That will be season 58. So if you've not said hello in chat, now's your time. 1 minute to go. Heather, how you doing? Good to see you. Otto Hartman as well. Cameron Farrow in the chat. Gidders, Jeffrey B. Good to see you all here. Nick Gillard as well. So don't forget, get your thoughts and your opinions and your feedback ready for the next 45 minutes to 1 hour. Loads on the menu tonight. It's going to be a good one. Ryan838, how you doing? Margaret Kennedy's in the house. Nick Buckingham as well. Good to see you, Nick. 30 seconds to go. Remember to hit that thumbs up as well. Golf Clash Mom, the checkpoint queen, says Jacob. Yeah, she recently unlocked the APOC as well. Very, very recently. Out of a checkpoint challenge chest. So there you go. I will see you all in what is now only 15 seconds to go. Looking forward to it. I will speak to you all, and you will see us both in 10 seconds. Here we are live on air now. A very warm welcome, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Over 60 people in already. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. And you need to be subscribed to have your say in the chat. So make sure you click that red button and then you'll be able to take part in the live chat. We're going to look back at the last season. It was a bit of an eventful one. The tournaments, all the things that change in the game. There'll be some polls and some questions, chance for you to give your feedback on Golf Clash as well, and we'll be looking ahead to season 58. If you're not joining us live, don't forget the timestamps will be in the video description down below. Good evening, Mr. Golf Clash Tommy, how you doing?
Been having some sick kids this week and or like this weekend, but we are alive and it's getting better and better, so that's good. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I can't believe it's 4 weeks already. These come around so quick.
Yeah, honestly, that's so true, because I thought about this earlier this week. This is shit. Already been playing a couple of tournaments and just life in general has been actually starting to get a little bit warmer in Sweden, so that's a sign, I guess.
Yeah, indeed. Very good. And don't forget, if you write your messages in chat, they will appear on the screen, certain select messages, so make sure you get your feedback in. We've got a few people in there. Alan, Kime is in the house. Papa, got my first expert gold. Wonderful stuff. Samir Andrews, Bengo, Kai. Good to see you. Love these streams, guys. Great to see the best streamers dissecting the game. Well, it's great, and there's plenty to talk about, and we've got to... we're going to address the elephant in the room of Facebook. Because, you know, 4 weeks ago we were here kind of looking forward to FENG BASIN, and then, a few days into that, of course, there was the API issue. I know it affected, in the community at least, it affected a lot of people. I don't know the percentage of people globally that it affected. Like my mom's in the chat, she had no idea about it, but then she's a one account holder, so yeah. For people switching accounts, it wasn't a great time. We're through the worst of it. For me, it was a real experience because I guess now with my collaboration, this was the first kind of big thing that people were messaging. I know you had a fair amount of messages, Tommy. I had a great deal of them daily.
Yeah, I can just imagine how it was for you. Honestly, it's I remember back in the day when the game wasn't as big as it is now, and it absolutely blew up, and it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter that you write in post or post and comment that you don't know anything. I mean, people are still going to try. Okay, maybe you can. Maybe if I message him privately, he might tell me the secrets that he can't say otherwise. I mean, it's the. I understand people getting panic and stuff, but some in the end, I just got. It was just seeing some comments and posts on the community. I guess like I said to you as well, I think the communication, I'm glad that they did some posts, but they could have been ahead of many of the posts beforehand. But some posts, man, some comments from people was just it's unbelievable. Like, I truly started to think, if like, do we really have people thinking stuff like this? Then I understand that we will never get along ever in this world. Never, ever. Weird. But I mean, it was shit though. Like, just to have that said, sorry for the language, but it was terrible. And I said that many times. And I do think that it's even it happened, but it shouldn't have happened. But it did happen, unfortunately.
Now, for me, it was very strange because you got the Facebook issue, but then you got the knock-on effect of everybody getting mad about the people that were mad about Facebook, definitely on the forums and the groups. And I can only liken it to being at an airport and, which I had some flight delays in December. I had loads of them. But you've got the people that were affected by the flight delay that are in two groups, and you've got half of them that want to know regular updates, even if there's no change. They want the announcement that their plane's going to be 5 hours late. And there's also the people that are saying, oh, why are you telling us the same thing? And it's really difficult because in some respects you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. And then you've got the people at the other departure gate that are boarding, that are looking smug at everybody else that's delayed because they paid more money to go on British Airways than a budget airline, which in our world is the people that backed up their account with 4 methods.
But isn't it a little bit strange, Ben? I know they definitely don't tell you everything, but isn't it strange that it took such a long time? Because I was reading about other companies that did have issues, but it was mainly sorted within the first couple of days. And like, that's why I also, like I said on my streams and stuff like that it felt it was not just an API issue, because I feel like an API issue that should be easily corrected, because if there is anything, it's like EA, Playdemic, and even Facebook for that matter are losing money as long as the game is down. So it just felt strange that it took such a long time. If it was an API issue, I mean, it probably was, but I can't help to think conspiracy theories. I can't help understand those that actually are thinking about, because it took such a long time. But maybe it has something to do with we are not gonna be able to play on PC anymore and stuff like that. But that's a different different thing that happened as well.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm aware, it's API. Admittedly, what I know about API, I could write on the back of a postage stamp. I know then if it was down to me to resolve it, we would not be playing until another 5 years' time. So I'm glad that it wasn't. But if anybody was affected in chat, the one thing I do want to mention is the compensation. And I didn't read too many posts about the compensation, but I thought it was good and correct and fair, the level of compensation. I believe that everybody affected was credited automatically. It wasn't a case that you had to email, write support or anything. So I was very, very pleased to know that, practice balls and balls in live play, which I know was something that you were advocating for as well, was compensated. So I know it may not be enough for everybody. Some people wanted 10,000 berserkers. So if you did get compensated in chat, let me know what you kind of thought about it as well. Because I'd be interested. I mean, what was your thoughts about the compensation thing?
I think I don't know if it was the word is expected, but I think they did well. The only thing that I was missing from it is for those people that do have PRISM. That would be the only thing that I would see some type of extra compensation for, because a lot of people logging in every day to just get the PRISM, if it's a couple of balls or if it is cards and stuff like that. But I mean, you can't really expect more. I mean, shit happens. It sucks. The game was down, but you got your balls back. You got the money, the coins back. Just the fact that they did refund the balls, I think, was a good thing, and they should, because they don't have to. I mean, if anyone reads the terms of service, they don't have to give us anything. I mean, they can just say, "All right, tough luck. We own everything, so we're not going to get anything." So that the fact that they actually did that, I think, was good. But I was missing the PRISM part a little bit. Otherwise, I think the compensation was absolutely fair.
Great. Message here, Cameron. Did you speak to them during the downtime, Ben? Were they genuinely treating it as a big thing? Little communication made a lot of us assume nobody cared. I mean, that's a valid point. I did several times, about issuing updates, and also sent them fairly clear thoughts on what I thought the compensation should be, because I knew there would be a huge backlash if people didn't get balls back. And it's only fair. And as I said to them, if you were at a casino and you sit down at a roulette table and you put £100 on red and the wheel breaks down, they can't spin, you're going to get your money back. It's all bets off. There's your chips. You as a tournament player, you know what you are prepared to gamble in terms of the balls you want to spend. And if you're not able to complete that tournament for circumstances beyond your control, for me, it was a no-brainer. But no, they did treat it as a big thing. Like I said to a few people online, no company will want their product to be inaccessible, whether that's a gaming thing or a manufacturer, a shop or whatever. Nobody wants not to do what they need to do and to sell the service that they're selling. Was the free tournament compensation? I had this quite a lot, but honestly, no. And that is because all the tournaments are scheduled way in advance, including the modifiers. And this was on the cards long before I even knew what API was. So it wasn't compensation, but I was glad there was another free entry. Let's just catch up with a few more here. Jacob says it was fair, but I wish I could have had the opportunity to purchase the Power 2 Precision Ball. I can't even remember which one that was. I'm sure there might be some others that come around soon,
Uh-huh. That one. I remember that one. Yeah. That's actually a thing, especially if you're a tournament player. The Precision Ball is like gold. So, yeah. All those. Yeah.
In other news, 61% are going for the Eagles tonight to win the Super Bowl, which I must say I don't know a lot about API. I know even less about Super Bowl.
I'm the same. Like, I've been trying to watch it. It's unfortunate it goes so late for us in Europe. But I've been trying a couple of times to watch it, but it's never fun for me, because I don't understand the rules that much. So it becomes like, okay, someone has the ball, runs a little bit, then it's a break. Someone runs with the ball a little bit, then it's a break. Like, I never really... I guess it's because I don't understand it, obviously. So it's unfortunate. It's one of the biggest events during the year. It's cool, though, with a halftime show and stuff like that.
Chris Brooks in with a $13.99 donation. Thank you very much, Chris. Much appreciated. That's the wrong button. Where's the boom? Come on, why is that? Where's the boom gone?
Thumbs up, guys.
Boom's not. Boom's. There's the boom. About an hour later than I wanted it. So we're going to put the tournament poll in, which is a good opportunity for us to look back. Now, where's this one here? So last time it was the FENG Basin. If you can cast your mind back, how did it compare for you? Obviously, we were talking about the difficulty level. Was it as you expected it to be as the week went on?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was a nice one. I do think the only thing that I could say is, like, obviously we compare to the most recent new courses, and Youngstown Gardens with its design, with the what is it called, the town view, or I don't know. I think you know what I mean. I think that was absolutely beautiful, and I kind of felt this was more plain. It was not, obviously, with the mountains and stuff like that was cool, but I like the Youngstown Garden from a design perspective way more. But I think if looking at the courses, I think it offered good chance for drops, a good, a mix of. I think the last couple of new courses has been really good in terms of giving us a way to not making it too easy, but also not making it too hard. And I think that was really well done on the last one too, in my opinion.
Very good. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Like I said, it was a shame with the whole Facebook thing. So I would hope to see that. Somebody's just said actually in the chat, any course rotations next season for season 58? No, I would like to see this in tour play. I think it could be used pretty much from any tee in tour play, to be honest. I would like to see it around Tour 9 for sure, and maybe even earlier than that. I reckon it'd be good for something around the Tour 9 area. I think it'd be a good one for that. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, more a question back to you. Is there a reason why, when it's such a new and always, like, beautiful design, and people are ecstatic about playing a new course, and not everyone is playing the tournaments, is there a reason why they are not putting that one into tour play immediately?
I'm not sure about that. It may come down to a scheduling thing. But it would be interesting, that, actually, because, like you say, these usually go exclusively in as a tournament. Obviously, before practice mode was a thing, it used to be a switch up just before, didn't it? So you could, get yourself, lose some trophies trying to find the tournament holes, as I'm sure you will remember that in your old days of creating content.
Yeah, that was. We made it work, but it was definitely a little bit messy. But now I think I don't play tour play that much since they removed the need for weekly league. I'm playing for guide work basically. But I would say if I would be a grinder or a tour player, I would definitely hope to see, especially the newer courses, to be applied at as many places as possible. I don't see it's wrong to have them from different tees.
Yeah,
as well.
Tom says, as I've had no compensation, should I contact support about it? If you were one of the affected people that couldn't continue a tournament, then I would say most definitely yes, so that they can look into that. So we had Winter Major, then we had Winter Springs, which ties into a very nice thing from the chat. Question here from Colin Bell about opponents, which I'm actually going to have a big chat about that later on, about finding opponents and things. But Jason says, regards the free tournament entry, have you had feedback yet? Did a lot more people step up to Master? Will the entry fee be looked at now or reduced, or more free entry options? In terms of this tournament, I don't know exactly what the number of brackets were. I know from people who play Master a lot, it's just something that me and Tommy spoke about. The previous one, Thanksgiving tournament, there were 3 times the number of people entering Master, and I think that was the same for Pro and Expert as well. What were your opinions of the Master brackets this time, Tommy, from from a score perspective? And
I haven't like, from a score perspective, like -19 and even some 18s made the weekend round. So everyone, I would say like this: if you were Master Weekly League ranked and didn't play Master, you did miss out, because shooting a -18, -19, then you're making a lot of mistakes, because a mistake-free round, especially on a fairly simple course at Shiruba, that's I mean, the par fives is a little bit tough, but that should be a 24, maybe as worse a 20. So the cut line was definitely very achievable for literally everyone, and I do think that it allowed also players to play cheaper rounds, like not playing as much paid balls to get to the weekend round and stuff like that. And there hasn't really been an official count, I think, from was a quick count from a couple of people in Champions 100. And I was almost 100 and maybe 120 gold banners in Master, just in Champions 100. And obviously there is in Master 3 and in other clans as well. So I would say it's probably around the same as it were the last time. I would assume. It's great. I think I mean, obviously it opens up for discussions when you have players that might not play Master before, that they are thinking that we should have tiers in Master and crap like that. But it's a great thing for people to be able to step up to get to play with whatever ball they have and get the feel of the high winds, and also get the feel for what it actually takes to become a great tournament player in Golf Clash. I mean, people that are good at tournaments, they didn't just get there by having luck or just winging it. You know, it's I think that's probably the absolute biggest difference is like the matchup. You're matching up with a lot of live players, which is great, but second of all, like the players that are playing against play without any plan, and it's so telling that that there are so much work to do from us as content creator, which leads into your free to play video as well, which was absolutely brilliant, because I mean you could tell, like, if someone has watched a shot from someone, free to play or not free to play or whatever, I mean, at least they didn't make a mistake. Which is all about. I think it's I hope we're gonna see more. Obviously I can speak mainly for Master, as that's where I'm competing in the end. I can't really speak much for Expert and Pro, but it feels like I was playing the Expert tier 3 account in Expert, and the cut line was 22, I think it was. And I mean, a 22 in Expert tier 3 is harder to achieve than a 19 in Master, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree. And with the free-to-play thing, I honestly think that the free entry ones, especially on a main tournament, you could actually go in, and even on Shiruba, which is tough, you know, 3 and 9 are very, very tough.
Yeah, they are.
But you could actually go in, spend a few Kingmakers, maybe the odd Titan and Katana and a Berserker, but you can actually make a profit on Luminaries. You can probably get away with the same Kingmaker and Berserker of a mini, because there's always more people in that. And, you know, I think a free entry main tournament plus a couple of minis will actually set you up enough to go for Master when there isn't a free entry, and, you know, like you guys are doing, and you're creating a free-to-play guide on every hole. You know, you can compete now with Luminaries, Kingslayers. You know, you could even drop down to a Kingmaker with a tweak or two. So, you know, part of the reason for me kind of doing that kind of cheap APOC 4 thing was to try and get more people to have a little bit more base free-to-play, as in a Luminary currency, to kind of give it a go, because I think it's great for brackets. The rewards are better, the clan points are better, and there's less win changes as well. You know?
Yeah, exactly, that too. I mean, which is a time saver. No, I agree with everything you said, Ben. I definitely like the interesting what you're saying with playing a couple of tournaments like that. You can stock up with some Luminaries and getting some Kingslayers and stuff like that. And yes, I mean, I think it's very easy to look at when I play on stream and stuff like that. Like, okay, to play the shots that Tommy are playing, or the Tommy and the team are playing, then you have to play with a win 5 ball and stuff like that. That's not the case. That's why I will be maybe not this month, and very soon I will be doing a free to play challenge, and actually show people it's like it still requires the same amount of work, and obviously there will be shots where a paid ball is going to give you an advantage. Like if you desperately need a backspin boost, or like in Master, if you have to play a wood club shots, it is easier obviously with precision ball than it is with regular. But I mean, with long irons, short irons, and drivers, I mean, it's you can't really blame you not playing precision if you're hitting great. Is kind of my point. So I'm gonna try some free to play stuff in in the future, and just have that as a fun little challenge to kind of get a little bit more excited about the weekend round.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's nice to do as well. Let's take a few here. Some nice comments here. Earl, I've played for 2 years now, watching content from you guys. Really improved my game, especially from GC Tommy. There you go. How about that?
Thank you.
Then what do we have here? I would just like to thank you both, Ben and Tommy, for the additional master playthroughs with tournament wins over Christmas and New Year season, and more recently too. Many thanks. A few people, there was one further back, said, am I going to do more master? If there is a free entry, I will do that again, because there was enough interest in doing it. And like I said, I want to get more people up there. So, you know, my little challenge, apart from trying to hit perfect with a sniper and a kingmaker, which after 7 attempts on hole 6 in the qualifying round I still didn't do, is good for me as well.
Yeah.
So there we go. There are we got. If your channel is anything to go by, looks like loads of people try Master for the first time. In terms of future plans, I know somebody mentioned that as well. After the first one, after the Thanksgiving, I said to them I thought it was great from all the divisions really, but particularly Master. And I think it's great for them from a business point of view, as well as kind of renewing interest and getting some more people up there. And, you know, they'll learn more about the game as well. You know, surrounding yourself with players that are better than you, people are going to naturally want to get better as well. Any review on the latest ball coming from GC Valentine?
Yeah. Maybe if I have the energy, I might do one tonight, but otherwise I won't. I need to check up on Amelia once we're done here. So it depends on how she's feeling at the moment, but we'll see. I think it's a decent ball. Yeah, it's hard to say. I haven't really been I did buy some myself, mainly to have, like, as I didn't get many of the other Luminary precision, but I do think it's gonna be a welcome ball. I mean, if you're playing pro and expert and might not win Luminaries that much as we do in Master, for an example, it's definitely a ball to get. And the welcome times as well, like this last tournament we had, what was the whole, I can't even remember. It was a few holes where that ball could be very valuable. We'll see if I do some. I'm not sure.
Jeff Ebner, welcome. Anything on the rumour of banning Golf Clash Notebook and such apps? I know nothing about that. People ask that periodically, but in all honesty, I think the percentage of people that actually use, I'm not talking, obviously in the community it's a high percentage, but worldwide, Gridlines, Notebook, I don't think it will ever be banned. You couldn't possibly ban it anyway, because it's maths at the end of the day. Yeah. You know, it's maths. And for some people, I think a lot of people, if they took the rings away, if they just made the target one solid mass of colour, a load of people wouldn't play. Because people like dialing in, you know, it's a puzzle and people like to unlock that puzzle. So I don't think that's going to be happening. Question for Tommy: has Playdemic reached out to Ben? He had to stop playing. Would you have done the same?
No, I would not. Like I had that on. Not. I mean, I don't know exactly what Ben's deal with Playdemic is, but when it came to my deal, we definitely discussed if I would get allowed to have access to stuff earlier than others, but that would require me to not play competitively in tournaments or in tour play for that matter. But I did not want to do that, and I would still say no to this day, because I believe a part of why our content that we are doing in our guide world, in free and paid guides, are so far better than others, is that I believe I can add that extra little touch because I'm fighting to win myself. I'm not saying that I would be deliberately doing worse if I would be not competing, but there is something there in your mind when you are competing that you are going that extra mile to do that. You maybe take those extra few practices because you know it's going to benefit automatically. You do those type of things. So so now that's a clear no for me.
End of the poll, results are in. 62% went for Winter Major, followed by the Winter Springs, 26%, 9-hole cups. Not popular this season. Now, Winter Springs, talking about that, I've got an interesting question here, which I'm going to just do after we've done Winter Springs, of course. Right, here we go. I'm going to put this question in the chat. Now, this is going to be a fun one. Something new here. Right, here we go. Just going to type it in. We've not done one of these before. True or false?
Oh.
One hole in Golf Clash was originally labelled as a par 6. Put your votes in the chat now. True or false? I'm not talking about in-game necessarily. True or false? 9 votes. Some people say, oh, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Yeah. Now, we're going to have a chat about this, talking about kind of par 6s, par 5s. A couple of nasty ones in Sharuba, and we've had a lot of Sharuba Springs. 3 and 9 we mentioned. Any particular holes that you would confine to the trash can? That's a question for you, Tommy, but also for everyone in chat. And with your reason, if you had to pick one, why?
Oh, can I only pick one?
You can pick a few.
Yeah, let me... yeah, it's that one as well. I would say, like, if I'm gonna do 3, and that's going to be that hole 3 Sharuba, hole 9 Milano, and I'm not sure if it's hole 3 of the Waterfield Sands, but it's the one where, I mean, how can I explain? I think it's the first par 5 of the Waterfield Sands. I need to just double check here.
Is that the very long one?
Yeah, there is one.
Not the one with the island in the middle and the...
No, that is not that one. It's the one...
I think I know the one you mean. It's that the one you play curl drive. And
hole 3 it is. Oh, God. Yeah, that's probably the worst. Even, like, yeah... yuck. I don't like Waterfield Sands. I'm glad we haven't had that in tournaments in a while.
So 69% said true, and the 69% are correct. It was true. Now, what hole do you think it was that was originally labelled a par 6?
Wasn't that Milano?
It was Milano, hole 9, yeah. Originally, not in the game, but in the file names was originally a hole 6. A few votes for City Park. Milano hole 9 has been confined to room 101 a few times in chat. Sage is saying that the 870-yard par 5, is that the Quail Hollow one? I think it is, isn't it?
There is one there. There's also that of Vineyard Acres as well. That's also a crap one, hole 9.
But you did Albatross hole 9, as the Swede is pointing out. I remember that one, nearly broke the flag.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, that was luck. No, it wasn't luck. Sorry, it was well-designed shot by myself. And yes, no, it was definitely an achievement, but I'm never doing that again, I think.
Yeah, exactly. I know there's a couple which, anything that's a 3-shotter creating content, and you'll know from doing guides as well. Always used to be quite tedious, because you get the drive right, get the second shot, and then you can hit great on the approach, and you have to do them all again. And it takes ages to play that anyway. So for me, I would agree. Milano 9. There's one from Glenmonarch Estate, which is always a bit of a pain. with a 3-shot. A couple of nasty ones on Porthello as well. And obviously the City Park, which hasn't been around for a while. I've not had that for a
Thank
while.
God. I guess, I don't know really. I try to go in with an open mind every time when City Park and stuff like that, but it always ends up me absolutely hating the time playing the weekend round. So it's just I don't like that course. I don't think I will ever do.
Liz is in the chat. Hope you're doing well, Liz. Liam says, can I suggest something for PD? Their designs are far superior now. Would it not be wise to have better design courses for the beginner level to attract new customers? Meadow Castle looks dated. I totally agree. I think if there was a revamp, Juniper Point had a revamp, didn't it, a while ago? And I think anything like that on some of the older ones will be very good to do, to be honest. Brian Jackson, thank you very much for the $10. Any chance that EA will make a PC portal like Facebook for those of us who prefer PC play? If you don't know, can you please ask? I certainly will. My donation is long overdue. Thank you both for everything. Brian, thank you very much for the donation, first of all. And it's probably worth mentioning the PC thing. I could never play this on a PC. I did try. But it seems to be quite... I've seen a few comments about the BlueStacks thing as a workaround. I don't know anything about it. I don't know whether you've read anything about that or if anybody's got anything in chat to put in, because I know a few people, definitely in my Facebook group, maybe for, health reasons or sight issues or history of bad health, they can't really play on a tablet that well. That's a thing I hadn't really thought about, but I hope that the BlueStacks is a workaround. I know somebody suggested casting a Samsung tablet to a TV. I believe that might be a good suggestion as well.
Yeah, I mean, it is obviously like that Playdemic and EA are shutting that down means that it's not you can't justify it. I mean, it's even though there are people in the community playing computer, and I feel for everyone that do play on a computer, but it doesn't really help in that sense. It's probably too few, and I would say from experience, if there is any place people have been able to hack in a good way, has been through playing on a computer on PC and stuff like that. It's the easiest way to hack. But no, I don't really know much. It's the BlueStacks is what I've read too, but I've tried playing on PC. Impossible for me, at least. Only thing I've heard with BlueStacks is that it's hard to turn maybe you even can't turn your screen around to adjust for the rings, or
Tom's just said
that it's very difficult. I'm not sure.
In chat, very hard to rotate the screen, that could be a thing, but useful on that. Now we had a very good suggestion, which I'm going to put on the thing now in the group. This is from the community, and I did forward this on actually because I think it's really nice having the stats displayed underneath balls in the Prism. Now the other side to this, as great as it is, from a developing point of view, is that it would be so few players that would benefit from it, which I think is a shame because it's a brilliant addition. I hope it is something that they do. I mean, I never had the balls in the Prism on mine, but I know quite a few people in the community, they are getting into that. And the other one that I did see, which is just tied in with something in chat here, if I can find it, is about cards when you've maxed them. Here we are. Here it is from Hank. It's fun. Any chance you think PD will ever make the shop have the same logic as the Prism when you only see clubs that you need? And I think there was another suggestion saying that once you've got your common and your rare cards, could they then see 2 or 3 epic clubs to choose from? Which again, I thought that was a good thing. Would welcome any comments from chat about that as well, whether you think that will be a nice thing to do.
I'm not sure. Like, obviously you shall get an advantage for paying compared to someone that do go free to play, but I think in a scenario like that it would open up to widen that gap maybe a little bit too much, because there will be people that do have a lot of money that will just buy and buy and buy and buy and buy, and get super good clubs very quickly, just because they have the money for that. So I don't know how much that will be. What I'm saying is actually true as an edited thing. There might not be people doing that, but I feel it could open up for something like that. I'm not sure. I do think there should be balls being able to be purchased every day, though. That I do think.
That's what MJax just said, actually. Any chance of balls being for sale more permanently, like Sydney balls available in the standard quantities? Yeah, and there was an interesting debate about actually having a couple more free-to-play-ish balls that you could buy with gems, and definitely now there's so many more stat combos. One would think, there is some mileage in that would be, I think, worth pursuing for sure. There will be Season 58 sneak peeks coming up very soon. Before we get to that, what I would like to talk about as our kind of final main topic, and this came up a bit during the last season as well, and we touched about it on it the last stream, but with the Facebook thing, I didn't really have an ideal opportunity to pursue it, and it definitely wouldn't have been the appropriate time for me to do so with the issues. But I really like the idea of trying to, speed up the tournaments, looking at practice modes. I know there was a lot of issues with people not even getting any opponents at one point. And what I've drafted over the last couple of days is a 10-question survey, which I hope once I can figure out how to send it out, I would like to do so in as many places as possible, which will ask about how many accounts people play, how many tokens they like to have, how many times they practice, what they feel about, do they want to play against replays or not, which we touched about again in the last stream here, and also their ideal maximum time waiting for an opponent. And the final question of the survey is, if the time taken to find an opponent is shorter, would they, as a result, play more accounts or spend more practice tokens? And the thing, I want to try and get as many as possible. I mean, if you're happy for me to do this, or if you could do this to send out to your Patreons to get some responses, then I think that would be great, because I'd love to get as many as possible. If we can get a good amount of responses back on the survey, I think that is an easy thing to do. I would love also to think about single player practice mode, because I think that has got a huge opportunity there that wouldn't be too disruptive. I know we spoke about single player tournaments, but having something, even if it was your account twice, so you could play as player 1 and player 2, you could maybe hit, you could hit 2 balls, you could hit a kingmaker and a basic ball. So I'm very interested to find that out, because I have seen a lot about long spins for an opponent and all of that, and I know there's implications, like I said, for tournament play, but in practice, I think anything that would speed that process up would be good. What would you think about that kind of thing?
Yeah, I know. I definitely think that single player in practice, that would just benefit everyone. Like, I don't see the reason to. I was playing a little bit practice earlier to just get some look on the holes for tomorrow, and it's like, have to wait for forever, and it's kind of like, instead of me playing maybe 10 practices, I maybe do 3 or 4, because it's not, eventually I get bored just thinking, okay, I'm just gonna wait until tomorrow anyway. So single playing mode in practice for me, absolutely.
As MJ says, we can issue one to the community on the Facebook group as well. I'll put the survey link on there as well. So, and everybody in here, obviously it's going to be 1 per person, because there are options within there to select how many accounts you play. But forward it to your clans. Like I said, the more responses, the better. And especially if there is mileage in there from a business point of view, because it's, people have brilliant ideas. in the community. Very, very good indeed. The key is presenting those ideas to appeal from a business point as well, which sometimes is possible, sometimes it isn't. As Nick says, practice should be single player. Golden shot is, so why not? Very true, very true. Paul McFadden, how you doing, Paul? I would like to see gifting anything within reason to another player. That's another point, and I think Sage said the same things. Can we gift our practice tokens to others? You know, there may be some margin in that, whether they're earned or bought. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, from a clan perspective, I definitely think there is so much room to do. I've said that before, so much room to do more. We haven't got any update to the clan section really since we got clans in 2018, so that's long overdue to get some changes there. I hope there is something pretty big planned. But there, I would say that there it could be a situation where you maybe could give away like you give coins, for example. You could every day give something small, because you can't allow people to give as much as you want, or like a lot, because then it's going to be exploited, and that's going to be really bad.
Yeah, indeed. Right, it is sneak peek time coming up on screen now. This day, in fact, in March, the 12th of March, 4 weeks from today, we'll be dissecting Season 58, which is just around the corner. Background is up there now, so that is your next one, Sunday the 12th of March. And we're going to have a little look at what we've got here in the teas. A little basketball hoop one there on screen.
Oh,
5
nice.
tokens per thing there. Golden award.
Right.
50% trophies there on the teas. I've not seen many of these myself. Epic tea. 18% coins on that one. 29 season tokens on that. I tell you what, the 5 practice tokens was good. High Reef, funky looking blue and green one. 14% more trophies and 10% more coins. Is that the lot? Yeah, there we go. Whole explosion's coming up. This one here has turned a few heads already on the forums. 100% clan points for that one. 3 practice tokens on that one. That's a nice little Hollywood thing. What we got here? But Chile. Okay, interesting. A multi-dunk. 37% clan points. Vineyard growth.
Is that a way to maybe try to spice up tour play now with Checkpoint Challenge? Obviously, should be taking a lot of grinders. Just reacting on the 100 thingy there. That's a lot. That's a lot.
What are these chats? Somebody tell me what these are, because I don't understand any of them. I'll be back. I get that one. I get that one. Right through the hoop, I get. The 2 on the right, I have no idea what those are. Can somebody please enlighten me?
Yeah, that mean. I have no clue. That one, I love that one. Shoot the scenery. Come on, man, that's too easy. Being fade away. I never.
Anybody knows what those mean? Please tell me. Donny G. Any chance PD can give advance notice about which courses will be rotated? For those of us that still like tour play, it'd be great for us to prepare. I mean, that was the last 2 have been kind of notified 3 days, I think, in advance, 3 or 4 days, which was better than 0. So I don't expect that to change, but at least it won't go away. So hopefully that will be the kind of time, keep your eyes out for any season. As far as I'm aware, it's always going to be around that time, but I can't say for sure. Stats of the ball, please. I wouldn't be allowed to tell you them even if I could remember them, unfortunately. Right, what else have we got here? One of those is a basketball. It's all basketball stuff, apparently.
I wonder why. Is there any tournament coming up, like NBA? Is that running to an end? I
believe, well,
really.
this, in fact, is a very nice little segue to our next thing, which is the next tournament. Jackie with the 199 in the meantime. Thank you, Jackie. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, next week.
Yeah, All-Star, I think, is that kind of thing, isn't it? And I do know in the season pass for those that either are going to buy it or have been gifted it as compensation. There's a few premium balls. There is a Power 3 Win 5 one in there. 37 practice tokens if you complete all the tiers, and 8 checkpoint tokens. So, still pretty good. Soulless, how about you don't remember, but you can still tell us the stats? No way, not allowed to. No. As much as I'd like to keep in suspense as well. Right, Paul McFadden gifted 5 memberships. Can we get some booms for Paul in the chat, please? Very, very kind of you to do so. Congrats, Marvin Hunter, Liam Backhouse, Sam Pritchard, Luke Shepherd, and Jules B. Paul, you're a gent and a scholar. Thank you very, very much. Now, next tournament, then, talking of basketball, I'm going to put the flyover up. What do you think about this one?
I do think it's a welcome tournament. We have had some tougher ones lately, and we all like to drop shots. We are going to get the opportunity to have a lot of -2s on our scorecard, so I definitely think this is welcome. Sure, in all the divisions you are going to have to shoot very low if you're going to have a chance to win. It's going to be a little bit like that you're going to have the pressure from hole 1, most like that. You need to drop more or less everything, but I think it's welcomed because it has been some tougher ones lately, and also the 3 holes, maybe 3 holes that you can go for an hole in 1 on the par 4s, maybe even the par 5. This one, hole 5 for an example, can go for and hole in 1 a condor there as well if having some luck. So that's going to be exciting too. Always a little fun. So hope for some tailwinds actually. That could be making it really interesting.
Now, as it's been a while since we've played these, a lot of these holes I don't think we'll have played since we have topspin boost and definitely precision. Do you reckon there's going to be a few more increased opportunities on the par 5s with the advent of those balls?
It will. Hole 9 will definitely be interesting to see, because now with precision balls especially, we can now play it super aggressive and give ourselves a chance with not always hitting perfect, but increasing the chance of hitting perfect. So I do think hole 9, which is really difficult, will open up. Even if we have to lay up, we're still eventually going to find a line, and then that's going to also drop. It's not going to drop all the time because it's a tough designed hole, but it's going to go from getting it 1 out of 50 to maybe 1 out of 5 even if the wind is good.
Yeah, and don't forget, if you get a condor, if you get a whole par 4 hole in 1, submit it on the group. Unfortunately, I didn't get time to do the shot showcase this time, but I will have some more in next season to get that on. So I think this is a welcome change, even though Sharuba was free entry. I think it's going to be nice here. We've not had some of these holes in tournament actually for a long time, including that par 3 from Juniper with the diamond shaped green. That's been a while since we've had that. So
I haven't played that one in a while, but there again, we have been getting better balls. We are more aggressive in terms of how we are attacking the hole. Sand bumps, rough bumps, and stuff like that is more norm than anything. So they will maybe take a few extra shots to get that one dialed in, but I do think it's gonna be, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be a good chance for a drop. At least I'm thinking for myself here, being a little bit egoistic.
No, it's always good. It's always good to be confident. Paul McFadden with another gifted membership, and Jackie with another gifted membership. I like that feature on YouTube. I think it's very nice, actually. Thank you very much, both of you, for that channel membership gift. Don't forget, if you're not in the member chat, then send me an email or a message on Facebook, BK Kennedy Facebook Messenger account, and we'll get you added in on that one as well. Jonas had an interesting question. Any plans to cover Ultimate Golf? Relic, Fenzel now done stuff by them. Now, I was approached last year. I had a conversation with them. I decided not to do that. I was approached again a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, as much as I'd like to help them, it's not appropriate for me to do so. So I politely declined. Any plans for you to do that, though? You've done something already.
Yeah, I've done one thing or a couple of things. It became, and it was nice. I enjoyed it. Like I know nothing bad to say. If there's anything when it comes to Ultimate Golf, is that they are really pushing with different events and stuff like that, which I wish Playdemic would take after a little bit. I've been very vocal about that, because obviously they see what their competitor is doing, and I mean they have stuff like I want to have, clan like competes against clans and single player mode, and yeah, they seem to do what Golf Clash has and add other stuff as well, so they have kind of both. But now I can't say that I'm playing much, but I may do something, I may not, we'll see. I'm open for everything really. It's I'm nothing bad to say, but you know me. I mean, if I'm casually playing something during the evening, I'm playing Golf Clash. So that's what I do.
A lot of people are on about Centurions. I totally agree with everybody who's mentioned that. That prize does need investigating. Michael Johnson would like to see just one video of how to set up and play on BlueStacks 5 since thousands of players are being forced off the PC. I thought about doing a video on it. The problem is I don't know anything about it. If anybody wants to educate me enough to put a video out with a reasonable degree of confidence that I'm not talking utter rubbish, then I would happily do one. But like I said, it's something I don't know anything about. So tomorrow, a pro and expert from me in the morning for qualifying round. What is coming up from you this week, Tommy?
It's the standard guide work. We'll see how the kids is with their sickness and stuff like that. But plan is to stream as usual on Tuesday. Plan is to be a guest on Radar stream sometime during the week, and then Friday stream, opening round, and Sunday stream, and then I'm going to go away with my two brothers and stepdad from Friday to Saturday, and gonna get we got our Christmas gift together from my mom and stepdad, and we are going to get that one now, stay away and do some fun things. So I'm looking forward to that. No, but it's gonna be standard things really. I hope for some fun wins tomorrow, so we can have an easy start of the tournament, basically. No, but it's the same, and I'm gonna try to make some free master videos as well as I've been doing before. But I mean, have in mind, the videos that are out on the channel, it's not the same as having a guide and videos and with tweaked stuff. So people need to have that in mind. But I'm uploading some raw content, give people a way of attacking the pin with some voiceover, so hopefully that's appreciated at least.
Yeah, excellent, thank you very much indeed. So the season 57 is pretty much done. Season 58, let's hope for no Facebook issues. I think it will be a fun one. Pause, just in with a donation. We need to sing a song with Ben playing live piano. Thanks again, Adam. Thank you very much for the donation. Booms for Adam, please. Very, very kind. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you haven't done so already. It'd be good if we can get to 150 before the end of the stream. Just a couple of minutes left. So season 58, it's going to be a fun one. My advice to you all for season 58, expect the unexpected. That's all I'm going to say. But it's going to be good. It's going to be something to look forward to. I reckon it's going to be far less traumatic than the one we've had, and we're all back and playing the game. So for those that did stick with it and have been in tonight, thank you very much for popping by. Tommy, thank you very much for your time as well. You're a busy gent, and it's appreciated.
You can't end like that. I'm not going to be able to sleep. God.
That's fine. You'll be up soon starting the guide, so you'll be fine. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to leave me a comment if you've made it to the end and you've been watching on catch up. If not, we'll see you in 4 weeks' time. That's Sunday the 12th of March. Well done, everybody, for season 57. Good luck for season 58. And we'll see you all soon. Tommy, thank you very much. And we'll say goodbye. So, goodbye from me and over to you.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.
Cheers, guys. Bye for now. Bye-bye.